Hello YouTube, this is Mickey D bringing you episode, what are we on, 62 of Stationeers? Uh, so I did do a little bit of work off camera. As you can see, I got some floor grates down for the main area, at least we have a way to walk through without jumping on everything. I got everything sealed except for that one block that I just noticed. I was using that to go in and out. Um, So yeah, I made another 400 or 500 ingots of steel, which used almost all of it up. But I do have about an extra 100 steel plates or so. Of course, we'll use all those up when we start doing all the walls. And I might actually have had walls building. And yep, there we go. I figured we'll probably throw some of those around. Maybe not right now. I want to work on the purge system. I did purge the... oh, and I put this door in, which I really like. And I should really put a grate there. Oh, I got to run the wire to power to it. Wait a minute. Nope, I did run the power to it. That's right. I ate dinner, so I kind of forgot where I was at there since then. But, yeah, I got to throw a grate in right there. I ran the chute out and around on this, so that does work pretty good because that gives us our drop off tank, drop off for there, kind of, and then I want to eventually get some more displays out over here. But I do like this. I like how it comes right in now. And I was actually thinking after I did that I might turn this into a 3x3 room. We'll have the tanks there, and I don't know, maybe we'll put those lockers that are in here in there or something. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll add something to the game we can throw in here. Because we could just come across, have to move that around a little bit. But it would kind of, make that space fit a little bit better since I've kind of got all this extra space up here now. I did purge the, we got to get these going too again. I did purge the radiator, so we should be now at, yeah, we're at 100% pollution now, and you can see it's kind of chilling off. So that'll be good, and the pressure's up high enough. But that worked well. It drained it out and let it all drain, shut it off, kicked it on. And of course, I had to kick off all the ACs while I did that, but pretty much well worth it. And all the gases are, they're getting down there. Well, that one's heating up, but because we're heating that, bringing it up closer to what the greenhouse needs to be. That one is still, the H2O is still taking a while. I think there's still the issue with the ACs that they're not really, they're pulling heat out of there. So if that one's cold, it takes forever, and they use a ton of power to make heat. It's been suggested that they basically make them just use electricity, and kind of how it would sort of be in real life. If like even a lot of the household portable air conditioners now, they can have it. You can get an option with the heater built in, and then it just runs a little electric heater that's built into it. So hopefully they'll do something with that. There was a little update today. What was it dealing with? Nothing. I think it was localizations. I think they did some fixes on that. And I think that was pretty much everything I did off camera. Nothing down below. I did get that light hook back up. It was tied in with that. So when we disconnected it, and at some point we're going to have to go through and do those. But in this episode, I want to get the purge system set up for this. And I had a good idea that I think will work out pretty well. So instead of running like lines back from everywhere with the valves like this, I mean, this works good because it's right here and it ties right into the intake before the volume pump. So instead of carrying this line and dropping it down through the floor, bringing it up on each one of these and tying in here like that one is with a valve, so that we can shut off each one, run it through, drain it, and then kick it open, shut the valve, or open the valve, drain it, and then shut the valve, and having to have like a valve here. I think what we can do is on any of these, because we set them up all the same, except for that one, obviously it works, is we can tie in off of here, make that a four-way, come back, and we can run right across because we have a nice straight wire there. We'll make that a T. We'll shut a valve there, and then we can just recirculate it. I want to see how well that works. And right now everything's at 100%, except for the greenhouse. So we've got all kinds of contamination in there, basically when we dumped out the greenhouse. So we can go ahead and I think tee that off, run that there, and then we can, because that where that waste ties back in, it'll just, as it filters, it'll dump everything out. So, and I really wish they would fix that in the texture. But, so we're going to start off with that. Oh, I did get this working too. I pulled the whole thing out again and replaced it, and now it was working fine. So no more spontaneously combusting, no more, because even down at, 24 degrees and -6 degrees, it was still spontaneously combusting. So I just pulled it out, put all new parts in it, and it magically started working again. So I don't know what was up with that, but so now we can, if our welder, which we're here since we've been using it like crazy, and have not. Oh, really? You're gonna get stuck on the floor now. There we go. Thank you. We can do that. Now we have a nice, and those seem to be pumping pretty good too. I fill up the jetpack. It worked great. So those are back to working the way they should. So everything that's, well, we don't really have power to these right now because we cut that line. But everything is up and running again. So I want to purge. And I kind of threw all the piping and stuff over here. We got to hook up the gas displays and stuff for the tanks. So I kind of just consolidated everything. That way we're not really, kind of running around looking for everything. Now, I want to see how well this works because hopefully, oh, and I don't know if we can, I don't think we can cross over right there. So we're going to have to put, we can put it back here. That will work. And then what we're going to do is we'll cut that, and we'll cut that. And we'll just put a couple corners in. We can tie around, and then that way when it's shut, it's obviously not going to do anything. Oh, yeah, except we got to make that a T. Yep, and then we'll make this a four-way. There. So now we tie back around, we can recirculate. So I want to see, the only thing is how well is that going to work? Obviously, if we dump it all out and then filter it back through, then it's immediately going to be at 100%. It's going to keep recirculating oxygen, so it might take a while. But the ACs working like that seem to work pretty good. So, and let's see, yep, input and waste. So we should just be able to kick that open, and hopefully we can see maybe some change. And I wonder if those should be working. But, it might, O2 dropped to, yep, so it is working. And as far as I understand, the filters kind of work selectively. So whatever filter you have in there, it basically looks to pull that. So anything else should automatically kind of get dumped out. So, and I really wish they would change these so you could, well, actually we can just read it off the pipe. So yeah, while we're input side, 100% CO2, and on the line side. So obviously, yeah, it's pulling it down. It's pulling it down pretty quick, actually. It's faster, a lot faster than I thought. So I think we're going to hook one of these up, basically, to every tank, quick and easy. Um, oh, and we actually want to leave that one on. We're going to let that run for a little while. And then what I want to do is I want to change that out to a digital valve, so we can hopefully, I don't know which side the power line is going to be on though, so that might be an issue. I kind of wish they'd make variants with power side on one side, power line on one side, power line on the other side, because right here we can't put any power lines in. I believe that's too close to the tank. It's considered in, I believe, as a, it won't let us place. It's basically considered as colliding. So then we can have it set up to the pipe analyzer, which can, we can have a circuit read off of that for the temperature, and we can have the AC running on that. We don't have to have that one not running. We can have, digital. We'll have the analyzer. We're going to have the pressure, the temperature, and then it can read the ratio. I'm hoping, and we can hopefully set a trigger that if it's less than 100%, it kicks on or opens that valve and lets it recirculate. So just in case we contaminate everything. Hey, Boney. And that is weird. That is chopping off the bottom a little bit there, isn't it? Huh. Let me try this real quick. Oh, that's kind of weird. There's a weird thing going on with the aspect ratio. Let's see if I do this. I think it cuts off a little bit on the side of the screen if I do that, though. Yeah, now you can see it all, but it's going to cut off a little bit on the side. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, there's just a black strip there. Huh. Yeah, they get some weird thing going on. All right. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just toss that in the rest of those for now. And then that way it'll give us a pretty easy way to purge those. And we're probably going to need to make some more valves. And I should just grab some more pipes while I'm at it. Okay. And yeah, so we need, let's go count valves. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We only need 4, so that's not bad. And then later on, when we, I don't think we're gonna get to that because the only one that's actually contaminated is the CO2. So we don't really need to have that all automated. And really, we shouldn't get, I mean, unless I'm messing with the system and, get lines crossed or something, then we shouldn't get any. There we go, pipe valve. Oh, what do we? Oh, we need iron. Yeah, we'll pull it out of there for now. There we go. I don't know if I take that as a compliment or not. And so I don't know. I got a notification today when I started the stream that YouTube changed the chat now, so I'm not recording the chat with the stream. I guess supposedly now, if you watch a live stream later on, it automatically plays the chat as well as it happened. So I figured I would not record it, and then that way, if people want to watch the chat, because obviously I respond to it or try to. There we go. So put one there, and now we're going to do the other side on this side. Oh. We might have to do something different there and there. Yeah, because we have, I guess we could, that pipe is in the way. So we could cross over. Yeah, I generally start around about the same time. Uh, so I actually usually try to start a little bit earlier, but by the time I get off of work, eat my dinner, try to relax for a little bit, and then do whatever I need to do off camera. It always seems to be around 9 or 10 o'clock my time that I pretty much end up starting. Sometimes a little bit later. Probably started closer to 10:45 this time, but all right. How are we going to tie these two in? Because this is the oxygen nitrogen. Obviously, we're pulling off to go to the oxygen nitrogen systems, but we can't. I guess we could jog it back and over. The problem is we got the pipe. Unless I don't want to dig through the floor and drop it down. So I'm thinking maybe what we can do is we'll get this hooked. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's not going to let me because that one drops down. All right. Yeah, these are going to be a little bit. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to want to pull up both of those. All right, we're going to have to change that. I'm so glad that stuff stays, except for like some random stuff. I think the solar panels fall, but I'm glad most of the stuff doesn't go, falling through the floor. All right, so we either need to, oh, you know what? We can do that. That'll work. So we'll just change this to a three-way corner, and then that'll bring us back one farther, which should let us clear that. And here's where I really, really want to crouch. I guess we can do it from this side. There we go. So that should fix that. All right. And actually, we'll leave that. All right. So now, if we do our normal T-junction, and then oh, actually, we could just put the valve right there now. Oh, very nice. Because we were doing it back here. Actually, I still kind of like it there because if we gotta tie yeah, we'll leave it set up the same. Because if we run into the issue where, I don't know, one side or the other, we're probably going to have an issue of the digital valve, the pipe coming in, the electric coming in the wrong way. So we'll leave it set the same. So, because we could, obviously thinking we could put the valve there, but then we would have to do something weird to tie into that because there's not a wiring setup that would work for that. Oh, actually, yeah, we are going to have to put it there because if we put it afterwards, it's going to keep it, so he's going to draw in. Or we could put it back here. I want to try to, if we get it contaminated, I want it to pull out of the whole system and not be limited to like what's in the tank or yeah, so I think we're going to put it there. I think that'll work. There we go. So that way we open it up and it can pull back through. And then we're still tied in. All right. And let's go ahead and drop that. Grab our wrench. And no. There. Thank you. All right. So this one is going to be another little complicated kind of setup. Not too bad, though. I think yeah, because we can't run it here. All right. Let's, I think we're going to have to get some more working room here on this one. All right, what are we? Yeah, we're getting a little tight on space over here. Though obviously we have room to move stuff if we need to. All right, so to purge. See, I like to put it right here, but obviously we can't. Yeah, it's not going to let us run it there. I mean, that would work good. I guess we could run the pipe down through, up and under. I hate to run it underneath for like one piece, but that's probably going to be the better setup. Otherwise, we're going to have to put like a some type of jog in it so it can bypass it and autosave. All right. So let's swap that out. Oh, there we go. All right. So we'll just, same thing, three-way corner, drop it down. And we should be, we'll actually need a three-way corner on this one now too. All right. And there we go. And come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. All right, let's try coming from the other side. Yeah, I'm really hoping they add some type of crouch. There's a lot of times that would come in handy. I know I probably say that quite a bit, but it is. It's, you know, something that I'm surprised they didn't add from the very beginning. All right, let's try not to melt the wiring. All right, and so yeah, now we can throw it there, and then that way when we recirculate, we'll be recirculating the whole entire system. Just like on the oxygen. And there. Very nice. So we can leave those all closed. So there, now we've got an, that's, you know, a very easy way. You know, we didn't have to make a ton of changes. We didn't have to run a ton of pipe. And I'm really glad that I kind of noticed that earlier. And I'm gonna grab a couple pieces of flooring real quick, which is all we got left. I'm gonna have to make a ton of flooring, obviously, to try to cover all this. But that way, at least we can run through here without having to fight all the pipes. So now the question is our CO2 94%? Oh, it's almost there. That's good. We'll let that run for a little bit, and yeah, I'm happy with that. That's working pretty good. And then I do want to put a wall piece over here. I can't obviously put a frame block, but I can put a wall piece. And then that way, if we need to get back into it, we can. And then I want to put a pressure. You know, I want to put a console over it, kind of like with this one. Put a console over it with a pressure readout. That way we can. Now I believe on those, because on the furnaces you can read if there's something in the inventory. So honestly, that's probably all we need to read, because it's gonna get pulled out anyway. You know, because it's right into the intake system. So I might have it just read if there's something in the inventory, because that way we know that, you know, if you throw too much stuff in, it'll pop out of the chute and fall on the floor. So maybe we'll maybe we'll just set it to do that and have it, I don't know, light up or something. All right, so now, and let me get this cleared out. All right. So yeah, I want to set up, we're probably working on a little bit of logic now. Actually, before we do that, oh, and you see I kind of cleaned up all this stuff. I went through and, yeah, kind of picked everything up because we had stuff left all over the place. And we got to run some lights and whatnot. I might hook those up off camera. I'm not sure. But obviously that, we still need to hook up heating, cooling, and at some point we've got to run the lines for all that. I just want to, get the CO2 purged out. We can get the greenhouse up and running again. But I think before I do that, I do want to finish off the logic circuit in there to have it monitor the pressure, because it's not doing that right now. And maybe the ratio. But before I get distracted again, what I want to do is throw another battery downstairs because we are maxing it out, and that's something that's pretty quick. It's already pretty much set up. We just got to take a couple of cables down with us, and we'll be good to go. Oh, I always go one too far. Steel. Over here. Thank you. Oh, we actually had a bit more steel left over than I thought. Very nice. Okay. There we go. All right, so we'll run this down. We're just going to grab some heavy cable. And we'll tie this other battery in because we're maxing out at 100% every day. So, oh, did they add some sounds to that? Sounds like the transformers actually have. I don't know if it's the transformers or if it's the batteries. I don't know if I've just never noticed that or if they've actually added that. I haven't been down here in a while, really, so. All right, so I think we can just throw a battery in there. And, yeah, we should just be able to, yep, do that. Turn the thing on. We got to pull up a little bit more floor. But we've already got cables. And there we go. So this will be, something quick and get it done before we start tearing into everything else. Oh, we do got to tie that data cable in. So, not quite. It's still easy. I just forgot about that. I'm going to pull up the floor real quick. Space is getting to be a premium, and I'm stuck. Yeah, so I think after this one, I think we can still fit one more battery in here if we really wanted to. And then we're obviously going to go to the other side. Since we don't really have, we got the generators, there's not really any point to put more than one of each in. I mean, especially that one, it generates so much power. And I don't get, the batteries are being a little bugged. I've noticed this before. And I think the fix was, I actually had to pull it up. And then I believe, oh, no, what is going on? It can't be dead because those ones are charging and they're farther down the line. I wonder if we're actually pulling. Oh no. Is it? It's not daylight outside, is it? We might not actually be. They might not be getting any power because there's no. It's obviously nothing in the line. I think that's what's going on. But yeah, so we could throw like another battery here because where this one's kind of sitting in the center. And two, okay. Yeah, I think that's what's going on is the sun's not up. So one way to test that. Just kick on the generator. Yep, that's what it is. So they were just drained. Okay. Because we are dropping down to about 67, 70%, right around there. Oh, and I think the sun's coming up right now because we're getting that nice little shining through the. Oh, that might actually just be my flashlight. I do hope they do fix that at some point though, because I'm surprised they haven't. You think that would be a pretty quick fix? The whole sun shining through the walls, just might not be a high priority thing. Which I don't really blame them there. Let's go grab the pick. We're going to need to clear that out a little bit. I'm going to say I like that a lot better. A lot better. It seems to fit. I just really wish. I'm hoping they'll add a corner piece maybe, or they just make it so that it knows if it's an outside corner. And I don't know if it's going to let me. Oh, it is. Very nice. We need to clear out just a little bit in there. And let's get this tied in. Thank you. Now the question is how fun is this going to be to hook up? Because it's not probably going to. There we go. It's not going to want to go down. Yeah, we can go down on the other side. All right. So. There. That should let us get to it. Oh, that's weird. I suddenly have. I guess there was some atmosphere trapped underneath here. Let me turn that down a little bit. Yeah, that's a little loud. All right, come on. Hook on there. Oh, I saw it for a second. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the extended tooltips? Oh, nope, nope, nope. Wrong one. I don't think we really need those on now. Yay! I wonder if we can just turn tooltips completely off. I don't think there was an option for that. Oh, look, we got some water down here. Suddenly. Okay. Good. I was hoping I didn't swap that out with the. I'm like, don't tell me I have to go back up there and get those. Is it gonna let me? Oh, come on, come on. Oh, oh, it highlighted it for a second. I just need that. I need the. Ah, there we go. Hey. Ah, that's not the one I wanted. Son of a. Okay. All right, we gotta grind. That's the one thing I don't like about being able to place stuff in the corners, is if you have stuff there, then you can't actually get to stuff. Yes, there we go. Because we needed that to be a junction. No, junction. Thank you. There we go. And we actually needed that corner that I fought so hard to get off of there. There we go. All right. Good. So batteries all hooked up. Now we just need to button this back up. Change the circuit real quick. There we go. We're tied in on the back. Oh. Yeah, I should probably button up the whole thing. All right. There we go. And there we go. Let's get these. And we're going to need a screwdriver. Change the circuit to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there we go. All set. That can. Why do we have 2 steel plates left? Oh, is there something I forgot to weld? Ah, that one. Oh, there's heavy wiring there's wiring everywhere. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, yep, I did. Yeah, usually I end up having some fall through. I usually don't have extra ones. I'm usually short because something fell through somewhere. Which, strangely enough, I think the first time it's happened is I had a canister fall through the ground earlier today. Now, granted, I was trying to stand it in the corner. I had a spare one of these, and I was trying to stand it in the corner over here. And, yeah, it started bouncing around in between there. So I don't know if I'm going to find it inside there if I open it up or not. But it was empty. It was slightly damaged anyway. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it unless I actually need to open that up. So, you know, in like another 10 or 12 episodes, if I open this up for some reason, I go, hey, why is there a canister there? And that is why. We should check the... so good, we're at 80% of our total. We'll see if we actually get up to a... You know, I don't know if we'll get up to a full charge now or not. Honestly, I wasn't checking to see what part of the day we were hitting the full charge at. So we'll have to let it cycle for a little bit. And I want to see, is this... Oh, almost. All right, I want to kick in the greenhouse, but I want to let that, what was our temperature at on there? I should have looked at it. 23.8, not bad. So it is slowly bringing it up. Yep, and we're still at 98.1 on the radiators. Oh. Yeah, all these got shut off when we disconnected all the pipes. Or I'll actually probably want to cut the wire because it all travels through. And we can let that run. Yeah, because we kind of pre-chill that, since that's really the only thing we're using pollution for. Yeah, that one has a while. I don't know why that one's taking so long. I'm assuming it's because it's such low pressure, maybe. I don't know. It is, I'm assuming it's not transferring the heat as well. Or it could just because of some of them, what it is. I mean, maybe hydrogen doesn't transfer heat as well. Oh, we got to close that up. Yeah, I'm going to close that up because if I don't, I will try to pressurize the base and forget that that is. All right. Yeah, I was using that as a doorway earlier. There we go. All right, so all the ACs are running, filters are running, so we're good to go on there. All right, so I want to, we have the circuit over here, which we could, oh, we need a pipe analyzer. Yep. And on our way, I believe we still have one over here. Yes, okay. And actually, since we're over here, let's top off on wiring, since we're obviously going to need to run some. Oh, so how do I want to do this? So I think what we're going to do is going to have a couple of circuits. We're going to have one circuit that's tied into this line. And maybe we'll just stick it on this wall. Oh, actually, we could just maybe just do it right here. Oh, no, that's the, we don't want to tie into that one. That's the, let's see, we have heavy cable, we have regular cable. Maybe, I think we have, okay, we have power coming in right there. Yes, we'll probably tie in right here. Okay. And I'm hoping, I don't know if it'll let me bend over that far on that. I don't think so. No, shoot. All right, we're gonna have to, we can run it over there and run it around. That'll work. And I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna open that up, pull out that old circuit, because otherwise we're gonna have to run a line over, back over to there. And we can, I'd rather just have it right here, I'm thinking, since it's not a very big circuit. And since we've redone it all anyway, you know, we've got to reset all the machines and stuff anyway, so we might as well just pull it up and move it. Let me see, let me guess. Yeah, there we go. Oh, just all over. Q. All right, so I think what we're going to, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, well, we could just stick it right there, too. I'm trying to think. We can continue this line down, and we're going to have to wrap around this way anyway, because we have this junction, so we can't go through there. So, oh, shoot. We got that pipe there. Oh, this is going to become a rat's nest. Can we come through? No, we can't come through over there. Oh, hey, look at that. Missed one. Ah. All right. Yeah, this is going to get a little... All right, you know what? I'm just going to... I'll stick it there for now. And, you know, if we have to, we can go through the floor. I hate doing that, though. At least all the time, because we're not going to... Oh, we could go... Oh, okay. Well, I guess that'll work. Not the most direct route, obviously. But I try not to go through the floor when I can help it, just because, you know, then I got to start ripping stuff up to even get to anything. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll just put the circuit right here. When we got that. You know, we could put... I don't think it's going to let us put one. No, that's not going to work. Yeah, because we have to come in from multiple sides and stuff. we'll just we'll stick it on the wall. We're just taking the scenic route to get to where we need to go. Okay. Pipe analyzer. There we go. Now, the only thing I don't like about being back there is if I actually want to well, actually, I can still reach it from up here. You know, it would be nice if it was like, you know, right there. But I don't feel like snaking pipe through just to come up to get into that. And we could move it up on the wall if we do swap this out with a small tank. All right, so we've got this circuit right. Oh, crowbar. That's why I try not to leave the tools on the ground. And if I remember correctly, yes. So, which I really should have just pulled this up when I put it all down, but well, actually we don't need to pull that one up. There we go. So, yeah, I was debating on whether or not just to leave the circuit here, since really this line here running here to here. Oh, and actually might still be tied in. I think it is. That's just kind of far back. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, and we got to pull up. We've got to pull up. Let me see. We have waste pressure reader, which is still reading something. Oh, wait a minute. Do we still have? No, we don't. I have no idea what that's reading off of, because the pipe analyzer was over here. Oh, you know what? It's not powered on. Yeah, there. Yeah, it was whatever was saved in there, because it doesn't update until you turn it back on. So the batch writer for the filters, yes. Compare batch writer for, these are the two batch writers for the ACs. So the AC ones we're not going to want anymore. So we can pull those up, because we're going to have to set those individually. Now, if we left the rest of this, it would still kick in the filters, which we kind of do want. So we could leave that, but I don't like having this all buried in the wall like this, especially like underneath the stair. These buried underneath the you know, the doorway and whatnot. It just seems like, you know, if we have to try to expand this or something, that's going to be a pain. So we'll get this cleaned up, and then we'll just move the whole circuit. And like I said, we've got to resync everything anyway, so there's not really, you know, we might as well just replace the whole thing. And oh, come on, and there we go. We can change that, and change that. And this does remind me, another circuit we're going to be doing here coming up is the, I want to set the lights to the doors, so that way it will shut them off if you know, we close the door, or I don't know, or the motion sensors maybe. I kind of like to do the motion sensors, but I've got to check and see. I'm assuming there's a range on the motion sensors. I haven't messed with them at all yet, so because if there's a range and we can set it so, you know, I don't know if it's, I don't know, depends on what the range is. Because if they can't see through walls, you know, if it's actually like a real motion sensor where it's only going to see something that's, you know, if it's in the grid, that would be nice. Because then we can just set it, if it's the motion sensor's not going off, then it shuts off the lights. So that way we can leave the door open or not, and, you know, it'll basically just turn the lights on or off. But that's something I do want to check out and potentially work on coming up here soon. All right, so we got that circuit. That's all cleaned up. That'll work nicely. And, oh, you know what? While we're back here, we still have an extra line. When I disconnected the bin that was over here, I just went ahead and left the line hooked up because I was just trying to get everything done to get the stream started. There we go. All right. There. Yeah, it's all cleaned up now. That's a lot better. And autosave. Okay. And there we go. Put that back. And we can put that back. Yeah, I'll probably go around off camera and put a whole bunch of those on. So, you know, we can go around and re-pull them off as we do stuff. But at least that way it'll be all covered. We'll have used the resources. And obviously, I need to get a lot more lighting in here. Okay, so I think what we're going to do... so let me see. So we need... Let's start with what we know we need. First of all, we need a memory chip, which I think we'll just throw right there. And we're going to need logic reader, obviously. Yep, we can do that. Batch writer, which we are definitely going to need. And we're going to need a compare. Yeah, I guess we can do that. All right. So let's get all this stuff. There we go. Oh, you know what? I'll probably move that down here so we can... No, because we got the... I want to... Yeah, if we have it down here, it's going to hit on the pipe. So... Let's see. Oh, there is one. Oh, no. Okay, nope. And nothing there. Yep. All right, junction. And now this will get the system up and running again for now. But I do want to... I already know I want to make some changes to this. You know, it worked pretty good. But I didn't like how much... We need to make it so it adds a range, which is going to make it a bit of a bigger circuit. Okay. Oh, and of course, yes, we've got to tie it into there. There we go. All right. And then the ACs we're going to have to do, I think the ACs we're going to try to do out maybe behind the tanks or next to the tanks, or if we have room out there, because that's going to be a little bit different where we're doing the AC per the, so we're going to leave that should be set at 0. Good. We want to do, and you know what, before we get any farther, let's go grab an analyzer, or the labeler, because otherwise, I don't, yeah, that's on the same as circuit as the furnace, so we're going to be pulling all the stuff up from there. Oh my god, and I picked this thing up and the battery wasn't dead. That's amazing. So this is going to be waste pressure and waste limit for now. Logic reader, so waste pressure reader. Waste pressure compare, and there. Okay, so pretty straightforward, which is basically the same thing as we had it set up for. So we're going to read our waste pressure. Hopefully we don't have to circle through too much. Volume pump, gas sensor, waste pressure compare, waste pressure. Okay, and we're going to read pressure, which right now is at 0. Yes. And we are going to compare if the waste pressure reader which, you know what, to make this easy, there. So we are going to compare the waste pressure reader is greater than the waste limit. Okay, and then we are going to waste pressure compare, and now this is where we got to hook this back up. Waste pressure compare, and we just want to grab a filtration on. There. So now all the filters are off because it sees that none of them are, you know, there's nothing in here, so there's nothing for it to pull through. And we could set the volume pump to shut off as well, but I like to have that running because that's, you know, anytime we dump anything in, well, we could actually do that too. We'll have to do a separate writer for that though. Yeah, I think we might do that, because then that way it's not going to be kicking in the volume pump all the time. So we just do a regular writer. Where do I want to put it? Maybe we'll just stick it up here. Let's see, that just snakes around. To make this easy, is break that. All right. So we want that. Let's see, do we have one? We have one up there, don't we? Yeah, we do. So we need a corner. We can do a corner. Hey, Calvin. How's your night going? Oh, oh. There we go. little bit of a time difference there. It is almost midnight here. All right, so now we can set this to, so the input is going to be the waste pressure reader. The output is going to be the volume pump. And then on. So if there's nothing in here, it's going to shut it off. Let me turn that on. Make sure that's off. Okay, yep. So that way it'll keep it running. It'll keep it from not running when it doesn't need to. Just to, you know, it's one extra chip and it saves on power on that. You know, now whether or not, well, I think when those are off, those don't have an idle. Oh. Yeah, so you're like a day and yeah, you're like almost a day ahead. All right, so now as soon as we put something in, which I don't know if we have anything. You know what? We can just take this. That's fine. We're not going to need to refill it anyway for a while, and it should actually all be pretty pre-pressurized. So if we put something in there, it should read that there's pressure. Yep, there we go. So it kicks on, filters kick in, it's pulling everything through. Oh, okay. We'll have to keep an eye on that because since that's behind there, once this pulls everything through, we could theoretically have more stuff on this side and it's going to shut off the system. I don't think it pulls through because they seem to pull through slower as the pressure drops. So like 145. So see, we're 20 on this side, 140. Okay, 2 point. Oh, you know what? Because that's recirculating the CO2. Are we at a? Oh, we are at 100%. Okay, so we can shut that valve off now. Very nice. So we don't need to repressurize that. So this can pull in all that CO2 back into the tank. It also means we can go and, well, as soon as we do the work on the circuit, we can pressurize the greenhouse again and get that hopefully up and running and maybe making, you know, food. So we're at 16. So what's going to happen is that this is going to shut off. Say, oh, I have no pressure. And it's going to shut off the filters. So really, we would need another one here, or, you know, here, another analyzer. And then it can read that there is nothing. But it might, you know, like I said, as it gets lower, it kind of pulls slower. So it looks like it's actually going to probably drain out and equalize before, because that's even pulling out all that CO2 that was in there, which we were up at like, you know, 2 MPa on that side even before we put anything in. So it'll probably work out fine because, I mean, if there's a little bit left in here, that's not going to hurt anything. The next time it runs, it'll just grab it, you know, unless it's some oddball situation where we're so low on something that, you know, we need to make sure it all processes. But maybe later on we'll add another circuit. It just has to be on one of these pipes tying into here with another analyzer that basically tells the same thing. So then that way it'll override. because it'll only, I think these only send once. So as soon as this is empty, it'll send, it'll shut it off. And until something else sends to this, it's not going to turn back on. So if we had one over here and it sends to it, it says it's on because it's going to constantly say, oh, you have stuff in here, you have stuff in here, you have stuff in here. And then as soon as it goes empty, then that one will tell it to send off, shut off as well. So we could do that. Or we could even do, I just think we could actually even do a math one and have two analyzers, and then we could just have them subtract, you know, one from the other, or add them together. Yeah, we could have them add the two analyzers together. And if the greater number than if the number is greater than 0, because if this one's empty and that one's empty, the number is going to be 0. Then that's what this can read, and then it'll use the rest of the circuit. So we'd only have to add one more reader in and a math unit. So that I think is a good idea. I think maybe that's the way we'll do that. But for now, I think this is going to work more. Yeah, see, the filters are actually pulling out faster than that can run. So it might just be a moot point anyway. Because, you know, as much as I like automating stuff, if we're just going to throw it in, it's just going to basically use more power and not really give us much of a benefit. Probably not really much of a benefit in doing it. You know, unless it's, well, yeah, if it's not going to give us a benefit, it's not going to give us really a benefit. Why do we have an extra one of these? Did I have two? Oh, because I had one over there next to the, yeah. So when we run over, if we have to hit that. I'm going to throw some, we're going to weld that. Yeah, because I obviously missed that. So now for the ACs, what we're going to have to do is each individual one. And we're going to pull off of the data on the tank, which we have not ran lines to yet. So that'll be a little interesting, because we're going to need to tie data from the tanks into a circuit and then come down through. So like, you know, here we could put a circuit. We can run the data across the back, so that's fine. And then, you know, we'll have to come in and figure out, well, how we're going to tie in, because it's going to, you know, we're getting kind of cramped on space, especially where, you know, this is on a data. This can't be on the same data because that's different power system. All right, let me go grab two steel plates. And I keep wanting to do that. I'm like a little over with the, oh, nope, right there. With the buttons today. Oh, no, we'll keep that on us, because I plan on doing more circuits. So we got to do some more naming. And where are we gonna weld without? We should hopefully be all right over here. Try not to cut through any wiring. I already cut through 3 wires today when I was welding all this. I kept hitting the heavy, when I was doing the ceiling, I kept hitting the line for the batteries. I was like, great. All right, I think we should be all sealed up. I haven't seen any more spots. I'll just keep an eye out. Either way, it should be on rock. So if we pressurize, we shouldn't have an issue. All right. So there, our filters are all automated now. Those will kick off. That'll save us a ton of power. Well, filters don't seem to actually use too much. Next is going to be, so on this side, it won't be bad. We can put the circuits here, and we can tie right into the data. Oh, nope. Actually, no. Same thing, isn't it? Oh, we didn't hook up the rest of the yeah. I got distracted. I didn't hook up the rest of the pipes. Yeah, I'm a little all over the place today. I got a, my cold's kicking my butt, and I'm running a low-grade fever, like, off and on. So I took the day off tomorrow. I just took it as a vacation day, and I'm gonna sleep most of the day. So hopefully I'll be feeling my cold will hopefully finally go away. But so if I'm a little bit more all over the place than I usually am, I do apologize. All right. So, and I think what we'll do is about an hour and 15 minutes. So I will wrap up this episode soon. As soon as I get the rest of these pipes hooked up. And then I'm going to take a short break, top off my coffee, and I'm going to come back and do another stream, get the greenhouse. Want to do some tweaks on the logic in there, and then get the greenhouse pressurized, and hopefully we should be able to get some plants growing. It should come through. I think we were pretty close to the temperature on it. So 21.6. So the heater can bring it up the rest of the way, but we should definitely be warm enough we can start growing some plants. And hopefully now with the tweaks to the system, we should be pretty much all set to go. Okay, so there, all the purge systems are hooked up. Our filters are automated. And then I do want to get the greenhouse up and going. And then we'll probably jump over to the ACs, which is going to be a bit interesting because I'm pretty sure we're going to have to... Well, you know what? Actually, that's not that bad. No. Because, yeah, we can do it here because this is tied in. The data for the AC is tied into this line. And we'll just name each AC because each one is going to be on its own individual writer. So, honestly, we could... Yeah, I need to name the tanks too. So we're basically going to have a... Well, we should be able to pull right off the tank, though. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't think it'll be that bad. Because really, we can pull off the tank, and as long as we tie somewhere into that line, we can send it out to read. Or to send it out to the AC. So, and we're going to need that. Oh, and we're going to need the wiring, too. All right. So, we have regular wiring. There we go. Yep, top that off. We're definitely going to need it. All right, so I'm going to end this episode here. Yeah, we're hour 15, and then, like I said, I'll take a break. Be back in a few minutes, 8-10 minutes or so, and we'll pick up on the next episode, and pretty much be picking up right where we left off. So we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes in the next episode, which will be 63. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it.